All right. Yeah, I'm good to go.
All right, don't forget to take the dildo out.
Okay. Just a second. Oh.
Oh, there we go. All right, we're ready to go. What's up, guys? Joker here with Brian. We got special guest Tyler from Mayflower Electronics back joining us again. You were on the show a while back. I don't remember when that was. It was earlier this year, though, I think.
Yeah, it was a couple months ago.
Yeah, so Tyler's back on. He's from Mayflower Electronics. If you're not familiar with them, they make DACs. They modify the headphones Tyler is wearing. Got a link to them down below if you want to check them out. I've done videos on them before. I'm sure all of our our viewers are familiar with you. But if not, did I miss anything or anything? All right, we're ready to go. What's up, guys?
Later on in the show,
Brian,
we'll go into some cool stuff like what I'm wearing right now, and maybe some sneak peeks and some stuff that's coming out here in a couple months.
Well, you see, this is actually this is our show, and I'm telling you that this is the time when you do that.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Well, I was gonna wait for a spoiler at the end, but okay. So these are the Mark IIIs. If you can tell by the orange cord.
Yes.
So we did the Mark IIs for a while now, the T50RPs. If anyone doesn't know about the T50RPs, they're very modifiable headphones. There's a ton of information and a ton of people who modify them. So Fostex discontinued the headphones we've been working on, which are the Mark IIs, and these are the Mark IIIs. They're new, they're a lot more comfortable, they look a lot better. But it's the same driver as the old Mark II, but the cups are different on the inside. So that affects how we do the modifications. So we've been working on the new modifications here. We're almost done. These are going to be the version 1s. These are going to have, we're probably going to keep these ones. I'm going to show you guys. These are the Shure 1540 pads. They're like pillows.
I gotta try. Am I gonna try those ones when I try them this time, or the other pad? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because I already tried the version 3s, which are a little bit more bass heavy, and they had leather pads on them. And they were like, I told everyone, like I was wearing them on the stream. I said they're like the most comfortable headphones I've ever worn.
And then these are more comfortable than that. Believe it or not.
I don't know. I'm a big like I was telling you before. I'm a big person with like materials and like the feeling of it. So I don't know. I really like the leather ones, but I'll be willing to try them. Because I heard you're not the first person that said that those are better. That they like those better.
Yeah, I like the velour clothy pads. I like these more than those. So if you like leather, you like the other pads. But yeah. Anyway, keep an eye out for this. I'm gonna give a pair to Joker. Brian will get some eventually. Yeah, all the tech YouTubers will get these eventually. So when they're all done. Which should hopefully be by the end of the month. We're just trying different pad configurations right now. After we get something set up, we'll start sending these out for review. So keep an eye out on these. And then the other thing, there's one more thing, but even though it's your show, we'll do the end. One thing. So stick around.
We'll save. Okay, we're gonna save something for the end because Brian's also here too. He's part of the show as well.
Yeah, the thing is, we got a lot of good tech news coming up. We got announcements, specs, rumors, speculations,
E3,
games, all that good stuff. Yeah, so that's all coming up. So we quickly burn through personal news. What about you, Joker? What do you pickups?
Oh man, I got I did the PC build this week. I'm sure you probably saw. So this is the first. Black Mesa, named after Black Mesa facility from Half-Life. Yeah. So yeah, I got the build here. This is the first stream we're doing on this build. Got it water cooled and everything's pretty much good to go. I'm just waiting to get my my cables from Cable Mod so I could finish it up.
Yeah, but you said your overclock was pretty limited, 4.4 or something. 4.3.
Yeah, it's not that I've gotten like a bad chip or anything. That's actually matching up with like what everyone's hitting, because I was talking to Keith over at WCCF and it matched up with what some other reviewers were saying, whereas basically you can get to about 4.5, 4.4, but it requires a lot more power draw to actually do that, or usually around over 1.4 volts. I'm running at 4.4 at 1.45 right now. I could do 4.5, but it's really dishing out some serious heat because I got to bump it up to 1.5 volts.
Yeah, so the diminishing returns kicks in hard after like 4.2, 4.3. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, like Keith, he was able to keep his at 4.2, and he can keep that at one. I think he said 1.25 or something like that, or 1.26, something around there. That's
still really high, though. I remember the 5820K was like 4.2 at 1.1. That's pretty damn high.
I had my 5820K was at 4.6 at 1.25 volts, and that was really good. I saw a lot of other people hitting 1.3 volts to get overclocks not as good as that. But this just seems consistent on the 6800K. But because of the IPC gains, even running this at 4.4, it's still significantly faster than my 5820K. I mean, it's, I guess, marginally faster, but I can feel it. Like, even just in Sony Vegas, going through footage, rendering stuff, I've, like, the 60 FPS videos I render for my news topics, those were taking, like, sometimes 15, 20 minutes to render. Now I've noticed they're taking, like, 10 to 15 minutes. So it feels that much quicker. I was actually quite surprised.
Yeah,
I haven't I can't sit here and say like, oh yeah, it's guaranteed to be 5 minutes quicker because I didn't run like an apples to apples side by side test. But I'm just talking from my experience using it. It feels faster. It feels faster in editing, not so much in gaming or desktop use, but in editing, yes. So yeah, that's really. I also got a new modem because we upgraded our internet today to 300 by 300, so that's going to be fast. But we need a new modem to be able to use it properly.
Okay.
What about you guys? Anything new going on for you guys? Tyler, Brian, tech pickups? Anything good?
No, not really. Just finished off the build. I got a lot of comments saying the paint job looked terrible, but that's fine.
It looked industrial. I kind of liked it. I thought that was I thought you were going for.
Yeah, well, I didn't mind it. I mean, yeah, I did run out of paint, admittedly, right? But the thing is, that stuff is like so expensive. The smoke paint, like it's so expensive because of what it does. So, I mean, like in the flesh, it looks decent. It doesn't look bad. Like
I thought it looked okay on the. I thought it looked okay in the thumbnail because I thought it looked like you were going for an industrial kind of theme. But if you just messed it up, then that removes all credibility on that front.
Yeah.
Well, he won't admit that.
I did admit I ran out of paint. I didn't want to do the whole thing like the same color and even and whatnot. But I realized after I did the front, I'm like, nah, we're not gonna have enough spray paint for this. So we'll just go for a. Ammo box look. And someone actually raised a good comment like, yeah, I'm not getting this thing through customs. I think so too. It does look like a camouflage box.
Someone asked me if I was going to do 480s in Crossfire. I think I am. I'm definitely picking up at least one 480 at the end of the month, and when I'm there, I don't know if I'll be able to stop myself from buying two. So we'll see what happens.
You're like a kid at a candy store, eh?
Yeah, and then I should be getting sent at least one for review. So I don't know. Can those things even do three-way? I haven't even looked into that.
I got my 10 core in too. Broadwell. So.
The 6950X.
Oh no, not the 6950. Yeah, like.
What do you want about?
I got a 10 core of my own. I got a little.
You got a Xeon. You got a
Xeon.
We'll see. I think what everyone I know it'd be a lot of money, but what everyone would really want to see is that versus the consumer tier 10 core. I think that's
yeah. I'll see how I go. There's a few things in the works. I gotta have a look at what I can and can't do with it, but I'll probably do a video on it soon. And let people know what you can get out of this thing.
Yeah, before we move on to like first topics and stuff, thank you NoX for your support. I should do 4-way 480s. Hey man, if I could do 4-way 480s, I will do 4-way 480s. Before we go into the first topic, I was just going to let you guys know that at the end of the month, June 24th to 26th, well, I'm going to be there only on the first day, I believe on the 24th, at Too Many Games Convention down near the Philadelphia area. So if you live near Philadelphia, or if you want to go there and go see Too Many Games or just meet up with me, I will be there filming and checking out games and shit, video games. A bunch of people are going to be there. Angry Video Game Nerd and Game Chasers, a couple other YouTubers and personalities and stuff. Should be a lot of fun.
Oh damn! So Game Chasers, that's awesome. I'd like to meet them.
Oh, do you watch Game Chasers?
Oh yeah, I love that.
Oh man, I have been watching the Game Chasers for years. You were the first person I've ever mentioned Game Chasers to. You're like, oh, Game Chasers, yeah. Like those guys are so underrated. I love, dude. I've been watching them for like 4 years, and I still can't believe they don't have 100,000 subscribers because their show is as good as anything on TV in that type of format.
It is, yeah. It's so their show is so good, eh? I gotta admit, like it's like wow, these guys deserve way more subs than they get.
If you guys want to watch a good show, go check out a channel called The Game Chasers. If you've ever seen like American Pickers on TV, it's like that but with video games. These guys drive around the country, they film it really professionally, like a reality TV show, and they go out and they cherry pick like old video games and like tell you how much they're really worth afterwards. It's awesome. I love that show. It actually doesn't surprise me that you like that, man. You need to do like a tech show like that.
It's just that you'd be perfect for that. It's just the characters they've got. Like they're all got their unique characters. It's so funny when they tiff at each other, eh?
Yeah. You need to do PC Chasers, man, for PC parts in Japan. You need to just go run around Japan,
Well,
find
you need a
used parts, and
sidekick.
then say this is worth $200. I paid $10.
Well, I mean,
Was
I'd need
good.
a side. Like, you'd have to have a sidekick to do that, you know.
Well, you just
Gotta
you
make-
just well you just have to import me as a sumo wrestler, so we don't have to pay tax on my flight or anything.
That's a
'Cause
good
then-
idea. Yeah, just get him
There you
in.
go.
So do a Japanese impersonation while you're at it.
All right. So first topic this week, though, GP102 Titan, Fudzilla. They believe that it's going to be coming soon. They don't really have a whole lot to throw behind this, but they believe that it's coming soon. They believe that it's coming soon. Do you believe that it's coming soon? No, I was kidding. They think it's coming really soon, and I wanted to talk about where is it actually going to fit in if this thing comes out at $1,000, because they're saying this is not going to be targeting like HBM2. It's going to be DDR5X, and it's becoming a lot sooner than we actually think.
Well, I mean, soon, like, it doesn't make any sense. They just released the 1080, right? I thought, hey, at least another 3 or 4 months, at least, man. I'd say at the end of the year, but that'd be the earliest. I mean,
what is the target for this GPU? I mean, are they going
Well,
after the gamers? Or are they going
I don't
after...
think. Well, the thing is with Nvidia with these Titans, it always seems like they put on this public face where they say they're not going after gamers, but at the same time they know full well that gamers will buy this card. That's kind of what this article talks about, is that the retailers literally can't keep up with the 1080 right now. They're basically saying, we will sell as many cards as you can send us. If you can send us this many 1080s, we will sell that many 1080s. There's just not enough cards to fill the demand right now. So if they were to come out with a Titan, I'm sure they would have no problem selling those. We even saw the 1070s. I was talking to you about this, Tyler.
Yeah.
They're reselling on eBay for like $700-800. It's like, why would you do that?
which
It
blows my
makes no
mind.
sense.
Yeah.
It's the whole enticement factor was something like a 1070 is that it's a good price to performance, guys. So unless
Right.
unless you're like a reviewer and you're just like, man, I need to have that card right now to make a review. It's like, why are you going to go out and spend almost double for a graphics card? Do you really need it that bad right now?
Right, because he asked me if do you want to buy one so we can resell it? I'm like, if it was like if it was like a 1080, like a high end card, sure. But a 1070, I wouldn't think that who's going to pay that much money for a card that is for a budget oriented buyer, and I'm wrong again.
Great, and everyone's going to think I'm a dick for trying to resell 1070s.
I mean, I would.
Well, to be fair, guys, my plan was to go there and get the 1070s to make a couple videos for you guys and then resell them. So I wasn't trying to be a total dick.
I was.
I wanted to give you
that's-
guys content first. It wasn't really just about profiting.
that's the predicament of us doing unbiased reviews. We've got to do that. You know what I mean? Like we're up against paper launches, and that sucks because we can't get the reviews out on time. And so it's like, with this Founders Edition stuff, I'm just going to wait until I can get the cards mainstream, until the 1080s are getting sold out because there's not enough in supply. Every store that I'm going to, 1070, what do they got, like 10 units in stock or something? Because remember when the 90, especially the 970 came out, they were selling out, but there was a lot of units being sold at launch.
I still have my 980s I got from launch, and they were actually kind of difficult. I went through the normal route, Amazon, Newegg, all the distributors, until I had to get them off Tiger Direct. It was the only place that had 980s in stock when they launched, and I still have them because everything I throw at it is fine. I mean, I haven't came across a game that I can't run at 1440p at maxed out that it can't do. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Southern Stack Gaming wanted to say he'd made a donation. Said he wanted to say thank you to you, Brian. I don't know if you see that. He said you responded to his email and he got the X58 motherboard. He said it's working great.
Oh yeah, the X58 line is still kick-ass on a budget, man. I mean, if you can pick the board up for even $100, you can get that i7 variant Xeon for like $20, and it is so freaking good for the money. Like in the benchmarks, it tops out even like the latest i5. I think, I'm not too sure, but like that's a $20 CPU. So
Yeah, I saw that on well, not that, but on Reddit there was a thread about the E5 2670. People were like, why the hell is this thing so freaking cheap? When it came out, it was like $1,000, and now we can get it for like nothing.
yeah,
It's
it's just
yeah.
supply and demand, man. It's how the world
Yeah,
works.
and the fact that all the servers they were in are now mostly scrap, apart from the CPUs. So they got to do something with the CPUs. But yeah, so yeah, Titan. If it comes out really soon, I don't know. I would be a little bit upset if it was really soon. But if they keep it DDR5X, then I really don't. I wouldn't be too bothered if it's just slightly ramped up version of the 1080, because if we saw like the Titan X versus like the 1080 Ti, it was like barely even beating it, if at all. So if it's only edging out the 1080 by that much, I wouldn't really care. But yeah, so we got some AMD news here. I talked about this earlier in a video, but I wanted to talk about it with you, Brian, and see what you thought about this now that we got the full specs on the 480 here. 1266 megahertz at boost. It's running around a little over 1,000 at base, but it's boosting to 1266, and they said as long as you're playing a game or something like that, it should always run at that boost speed. According to WCCF Tech here, it'd be running at 60 degrees Celsius on an open air test bed. And so, I don't imagine you'd be seeing thermal throttling there.
Not with that air cooler. It'll throttle.
Yeah, not if it's running at 60 degrees Celsius. You have to remember this is 14 nanometer, man. These things are super power efficient, and they're barely drawing they're drawing around 100 watts. It's like nothing, okay. So they're going to run really cool.
Well, I mean, what we've got with the benchmark there, I mean, that Firestrike Ultra, I mean, it's beating a 980 overclocked. Like, that's pretty damn decent, man, for a $200 card that's going to hit the streets. I mean,
these benchmarks right here. So what they did was they had they don't have a 480 on hand at WCCF Tech, so they went ahead and they paired the cards that they did have on hand with the i7 6800K, like the one that I just got, that Keith picked up, and they benchmarked their cards to match up against the RX 480 that AMD tested. AMD did the testing on the 480s, and that was on a 5960X rig. So they tried to match up with them, best they could there with a 6-core processor. And like you said, though, it was beating out overclocked 980, overclocked 390, and about tying a Nano, just edging it out. That's
beating it like.
That's like with an error with the
margin of error. It's close, but even if it's close, it's beating the overclocked.
Right.
And this isn't even overclocked yet.
Yeah, so but it's beating the R9 390 by a big stretch, which is going to be awesome news. Like if that calculates the same into games, which I'm pretty sure it will, then damn man, this card's going to shake up the market. Not only that, the lower variants as well. They're really looking impressive. Like I've got to get on my game and start pushing out all these builds I've got here.
Yeah.
Like, so the next month will just be like PC build, bang, bang, get them sold.
Your builds are losing money every day.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I'm sure you got your eyes on the prize of all the cheap parts you're going to be able to get now too.
Yeah, exactly. So you win and lose, right? You win and lose, and that's just the way it is. But yeah, like I'm scared this RX 480 is like I gotta hustle.
Yes, I was looking earlier today at eBay. The 390s people are asking just under $300 for them. Do you think a 390 at like 290s? Do you think that's a good buy right now at this point? I would say not. Definitely not.
Like
I'd say wait on that. The 480.
Well, that's what I do. That's what I do with my cards. Before the high, I sell on the rumor and buy on the news, brother. That's how you do it.
Well, we have to remember these are AMD's numbers here. They are AMD's numbers, but I don't know, for whatever through this launch, it seems like they've been a little bit more have gone out of their way to be open about everything that they're testing. Like, because in the past they've gotten everyone that tests anything gets flack for how they test stuff. So if they tested it, I think they were pretty. It seemed like they were trying to be honest the best they could when they were telling us everything. Like, here's the processor, here's this, here's that, this is the settings we used. So as long as they were telling the truth on all of that, the numbers seem right on the other cards that they had reported in their benchmark from AMD when they tested like the 1080 and the other cards. They all seemed to line up pretty well and match like what I was getting on my 1080. They also put out the 470 and the 460. They announced those as well. The 470 is running on the Polaris 10, just like the 480, but it's a cut down version of that GPU. And then we've got the 460 that's on the Polaris 11, so that's a different GPU. But the 480 is kind of like the full fat version of Polaris 10, and then the 470 is a bit cut down version. But that's coming in at $150, and the 460 is at $100. So when you start talking $470 to $150, where if it's putting out the performance they're talking about, 1080 60 FPS gaming for $150, you can so easily slap that into a $400, maybe $500 build like an SSD and stuff like that, a little bit beefier, cooler.
Well, that's what I mean. This build here, all I have to do is change it out. You know what I mean? Change it out, And this build's ready to go with that 12 core, you know what I mean? So like I was kind of thinking about that, maybe just hock the 750 Ti off now and just put when that comes in, put that in, and that'll be my main rig, and I can do some benchmarks on it. Because surprisingly, these Xeon 12 cores and 10 cores, man, I find they're absolutely fine in games. Like they play really well, man. Like all the games I've tested it under, they have no problems playing, especially the latest titles where they're starting to get more multi-threaded. DX12's only going to be even more of a benefit. And then you can do so much more with those 12 cores as well. Like multitasking is just no probs, you know, no probs, bro.
What do you think about the this 400 series launch, Tyler? I was curious to get someone else's feedback that we haven't heard from.
I like it because it's going to be able to put the price where people need to get out of consoles with. I think people looking to get out of the consoles, like I think people realize that I see a lot of builds that are like, okay, they want to build a PC for $300 to build to beat a console. While that's all good, I think people who switch from console to PC, they understand that it's going to cost a little bit more to like. I feel like most people they don't mind paying $400 or $500.
The people that want to do that at the price of a console, I think what you're trying to say, they set their expectations a little too high for what they're going to get for that price.
Right, and I think at least people I know, they wouldn't mind spending an extra couple $100 to get better performance, right? Like, so I think this card would be perfect for those kind of PCs, like you said, where someone who wants to put $400 or $500 into a PC, like this card is perfect for them, and that's what AMD does good. AMD doesn't really do high-end stuff like this. My personal opinion, frankly, NVIDIA does high-end stuff for high-end gamers, but AMD really kills it with the the mid-end GPU market. So this is good.
Yeah, it feels like with like Fury and Fury X, and before that they were trying to go head-to-head with NVIDIA for the past couple of years, and it really did not go well for them at all.
They were falling short a lot of the time. Like so
it was always almost all the time were they falling short or coming a little bit too late to the party.
Right. Yeah. Which is, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, if they can't compete, they should, maybe stop trying and put their money into stuff like this, which is where they'll make more money and it's more important.
Yeah, I think this as long as NVIDIA doesn't launch like a 1060 and then 1050 in the next 2 weeks that completely cuts out their bottom line, then I think they're going to be really good at this price point.
Yeah, but due to the, look at the sales figures though, man. They're struggling to get 1080 and 1070s out there, so they're slapped for silicon. They're stretched for that silicon. So, I think it was a good move from AMD because they're going to be getting really good sales as well. And
I've got those other benchmarks on the 482 that you wanted to look at here. If you want to go into that as well here with this.
Okay, which ones are we talking about?
The ones on WCCF from video cards. It has the 480 against all the other cards.
Oh, okay.
The one that you asked for.
Ah, yeah, that one. Okay, so it's around about a 980. So.
Well, they were reporting they're under a 980, but the other numbers they showed it beating the 980 Nano. These were a little bit older numbers. That's why I didn't want to show these ones.
Yeah, I mean, freaking early drivers. You give it better drivers and whatnot. Yeah, let's see what this thing can do. So I'll definitely be picking up an RX 480. Definitely. I hope the international pricing isn't as bad as Nvidia did with the 1080 and 1070.
Well, it's not too bad in Europe. I did a video today on European pricing. It was spotted on. PC building site, custom PC site, they had the 480 8GB version spotted at 249 euros, which is about 279 USD. So that's really not too bad. And those PC building sites, they usually have a decent markup anyway. So if it's less than that, I was thinking 250. I think the 8GB is going to launch at 250 personally, and then you'll see board partner versions maybe ranging up to 299.
Which I don't get
depending on which ones it is.
I do not get the 8GB version. Is there any game that needs more than 4 that this card can handle? Right. Well,
sure.
Well, like I said, that this card can handle.
It's
at 1080p. I mean, 4 gigabytes
1080p.
is still healthy. That's really healthy. I wouldn't need more than 4 gigabytes at 1080p.
You probably really wouldn't, but it's nice to have it.
I mean, the 8 gigabyte model, if you want to do Crossfire for sure, that would be beneficial there. Like with
Skyrim with mods.
Power, especially the power that this thing's putting out, right? It's putting out more power than an R9 390X, and that's by like a significant margin there from what we can see. So, putting 2 of these things together, man, they're going to absolutely hammer if the driver updates are good. So, be interesting to see.
Yep. Speaking of the board cards, we got one thing here that Fudzilla is reporting as a leaked cooler for the Sapphire Nitro 480 that a lot of people have been talking about. A lot of people have been kind of giving them some negative feedback over the design of it. Personally, looking at it, I don't really think this is an actual design. Personally, I think it's a bunk leak. Personally,
It looks pretty solid to me, though.
I was just gonna say it looks like a video card, man. I don't know,
dude. Look at let me present my evidence to you why I don't think this is legit.
Okay.
All right. If we're looking at the bottom set of pictures, not the top one that looks like a shower head. If we're looking at if we're looking at the bottom ones here, the large picture above, you can see the blue stripe going down the side. On the bottom right, no blue stripe. And then also those two pictures on the bottom are literally the exact same picture photoshopped.
Conspiracy theories, okay.
That is literally not. That is not the same type of cooler, or just they're using the reference PCB. That is literally the same picture. That is that picture photoshopped right there.
Dude, you need the X-Files music.
I was just thinking that too.
That is the picture photoshopped right there.
Yeah. Pretty valid. Pretty valid. So.
But yeah, I don't know. Okay, so but either way though, if this is legit, what do you think of the design?
I honestly don't think it's that bad. I mean, I
don't think it's that bad either. Actually, I don't like the holes. Unless I don't know. It looks. You know what it kind of reminds me of, those holes. It looks like on the EVGA card where they have all the RGBs.
Yeah. Well.
So is that whole card a massive RGB show?
No, but I think if this card, if you can take off that shroud with ease, like literally it's just like 3 screws or whatever, then it'll give the people the option to spray it.
Dude, I mean, like, I don't. Have you ever known Sapphire to do a reference anything?
I thought Sapphire was. Oh no, okay. You're asking.
Yeah.
Do they
make they do the reference card on their custom cards. They do custom. That's what they do.
They're really good with that stuff.
Yeah, this looks like they took a reference card and then slapped 2 fans on it. I do not think that Sapphire would do that.
It depends on the price point. It depends on the price point.
Like I said, there's too many things pointing to this. I don't think it's legit, man. That side profile shot looks. And let us know in the comments though. I mean, and in the chat, what do you guys think? Do you guys think it's legit? Do you guys think it's not legit?
I like John Totten, whatever his last name is. Says, be right back, going to water my lawn with the Sapphire 480.
Well, no, it's got speed holes, man. They put speed holes in it. So.
Those are for aerodynamics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'd buy it. That's all I'm going to say. If that was staring me in the face for 200, I'd be like, sure. Because I mean, I'm not big on cosmetics.
Yeah, no, for 200, I don't. Yeah, exactly. I'm more about the performance as well. I like the backside of the card quite a bit. The front side is questionable, but the backside I actually like. But I like this reference style.
You like the backside, don't you?
I like this reference style cooler that AMD has here on these cards. I don't know, they don't cool that well, but I just think, just from an aesthetic point of view, I think they look really nice. So I would not have a problem if this was the cooler. The view I'm seeing from the side and the back, I think that looks pretty nice. The front you never see anyway. But yeah, it's not great looking. Not as good looking as Battlefield 1.
Nice. I like that. I like it. That was a good transition.
Yeah, great, man. Best segue ever.
Was it good?
Yeah, I like it.
It was smooth. It was smooth, yeah.
It was pretty smooth.
Yeah. But we're talking about, are we just going to be fanboying Battlefield 1?
Well, we got some. They showed off a bunch of gameplay at E3. I wanted to kind of, I think Tyler's looking forward to it, right? You liked it.
Yeah,
as well, right?
I'm a big Battlefield person. I love it.
Yes, yeah, so am I. So I was like, I just wanted to kind of talk about what I saw. Get my feedback. I don't know, just looking at it, it looks amazing. The big thing for me is I like the fact that I saw like all the weapons I saw, like people were running around pretty much were like iron sighted.
Yeah,
that was like one of the big things that stood out to me, and like all of the walls and the buildings look destructible, which is like that's great. That stuff.
Yeah, it does look freaking good, eh? It does look amazing. So.
There's 2 things I don't like about it. The game is so, like, you have to remember World War I is however many years ago, right? 100 years ago, or whatever it was, 1920 something.
Yeah.
It's the 2 things are the HUD, which I know it'll be gone. I play hardcore, so I don't really see the HUD, but
same here.
The HUD looks like Battlefront, which is too modern. Like, it just doesn't.
I like that. I love the font though. I actually like the font on Battlefront. I really like that. It doesn't really look fitting to the period in any way, but I still like it. I like that future. The font is called Futura. I really like it.
And then the girl's voice, that the lady that does C point is gone or whatever. It just does not fit it. Like that doesn't.
You know why they did that, right? I mean, if you were listening, like they called it like Objective A, they called Objective Apples. That's from Battlefield Friends. So they're trying to make a joke there about from Battlefield Friends, which I was like, that's kind of cringy.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Because but the game looks awesome. The gameplay looks awesome. I didn't like those are like really little things, but the gameplay looks good. It looks like it looks
amazing, man.
It looks like a Battlefield 4 mod. If I'm being honest, it does look like a Battlefield 4 mod in BF1, with some Battlefront elements thrown in. But that's okay. I mean, as long as they don't have the issues that Battlefield had at launch and they iron those kind of things out, then I think this game's going to be amazing. It looks like
it looked really smooth with that. With the gameplay they released, everything looked normal. Didn't look like I didn't see anything weird with it, but that's also like basically canned, right? So it's
well, it's not necessarily canned. Like we've got up 44 minutes of raw gameplay here from Level Cap. I got the link to this video down below if anyone wants to check it out over on Level Cap's channel. But yeah, he just put up some raw gameplay of it, and it looks good. Like I want this game. I knew I was going to get it anyway, but seeing this kind of stuff just solidifies it even more, and makes me more excited about it. Especially the destruction, because that I wasn't really sure if they were going to bring back a lot of destruction, but from what I've seen, man, this looks like it has like Bad Company 2-esque destruction, where like everything can be destroyed.
Yeah, and
that's what I freaking want. I
was a little disappointed with World War I era, as I'm happy it wasn't the space thing. I don't know what the issue with people in space. I like with all the Call of Duties and stuff. I can't stand it. I was really hoping for World War II again. Everyone keeps saying it. Everyone keeps asking for it. I mean, when is the last time we had a good World War II game from one of the main companies?
When are we going to get a World War III? Like that would be awesome.
Call of Duty, like, Infinite Warfare.
No, but like simulate it properly, like modern, like right now. You know what I mean? Right now.
So that'd be Modern Warfare 4 then, or something like that.
Well, but more.
like how many like today or like 10 years from now?
Right today, yeah. Because they got like we've been hearing about all this cool tech that they've got, like drones and sort of like camouflage suits and stuff.
Yeah, there's a fine line between like reality, like what it is right now, and like the Call of Duty futuristic stuff. Like if you start going too futuristic, I just lose interest. Like it's just not my thing. But
that's what I mean. Like you got laser guns and stuff. Like like we don't really have that, but let's that'd be cool to make it sort of now. But I mean, ultimately with Battlefield 1, it's gonna be like, look, sit down, play the game. Is it enjoyable? That's for me. Like I'm not gonna nitpick. I'm not gonna really nitpick until I just get on it and play it.
Well, see, I will nitpick at a game like Battlefield, and the reason is that those games, I have memories of playing them, not for just a couple weeks or whatever and enjoying them. Like, when I get a good Battlefield game, I play it for years. I play these games for years until a new one comes. I still play
Battlefield 4. I mean, when did that release?
Well, I still play BF3 because it's better, but yeah, like, see, that's the thing, though. It's like, if you come out with a good game, I will play that game literally for years until something comes out that replaces it. Mm-hmm. Like, that is how I am with shooters, because that's how it was back in the day. It was like, because you only got a really good shooter like every 4 or 5 years if you were lucky, that you could really, and they were that good that you could sink that much time to it, and it didn't get old because the mechanics were so good. So if they could do that and they can keep me entertained for a year or two, then that's amazing. But that's why we nitpick it, though, really.
Yeah.
It's just because a lot of time that we could be investing in. If they fuck it up, we're not going to want to invest any time in it. So it's really disappointing.
Speaking of time, the remastered Elder Scrolls V Skyrim looks amazing.
What do you think you are, the Segway master? You think you can...
I wanted to try it.
What do you think? Well, there you go. There you go, Big Shot. If you want to take the Segway, you got to take the topic away. Let's go.
Oh, this is scary. Now, what do I do? That's all I had. I've ran out of talent.
Well, we just got the screenshots here, basically.
All right,
they're remastering the original game.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Console.
Yeah, you can have it back.
Okay, so they came. Bethesda. They have announced that they are going to be remastering Skyrim, not just for consoles, but for PC as well, which we had thought it was only going to be consoles. It's PS4, it's Xbox One, it's PC, and if you already own Skyrim and all of the DLC, you get it for free. So that's because I already own the collector's edition, Game of the Year, or whatever. Because they always have those on the Steam sales for like $7.50. It's like, if you haven't played it yet, like just wait for a Steam summer sale, get the Game of the Year edition, and then wait for this. And it basically looks like in this comparisons, like at least for console anyway, it looks like modded Skyrim versus console Skyrim. So it really looks like they're getting modded Skyrim on consoles, which is not a bad thing. It looks like it's got some E&B. It looks like it's got like a foliage mod, and like the water textures looked like they were there as well. So it really did just look like modded
Is it getting the
Skyrim.
GameWorks package though? That's what we need to know.
Let's hope not.
Yeah.
Let's hope not. Let's hope it's not getting a GameWorks package. They also showed off. They showed off more stuff about Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is going to be getting add-ons. Like you're going to be able to create your own vault now. They're adding in like more things like for building and stuff, like elevators and things for Fallout 4, shelter. So a lot of good things Bethesda's doing. But yeah, the Skyrim remaster, a lot of people have been waiting for. No word yet on how this is going to affect the porting over of Morrowind. I know and Oblivion that I know they were planning on doing. But yeah, hopefully it should be able to be ported over to this pretty easily.
Well, you might see Bark Works in there, Goldmine Works, Mason Works.
Oh man, if it's got works at the end, then you know it's going to break the game, pretty much.
Stutter Works.
And also at E3, Bethesda was asked about Elder Scrolls 6 if that's happening. They said, to quote them, they said the studio has two major projects, two major games that they are currently planning on doing before they get to Elder Scrolls 6. So we know Elder Scrolls 6 is coming, and we know that Bethesda is working on two major projects before Elder Scrolls 6. So
yeah, so basically that'll take a while. So don't expect it in the next year, So, but that'll be still, and they've got to start that project, and then they've got to finish it. So it'll take a long time, I think, before 6 comes out.
What do you think they're working on?
Well, we know. Well, we're going to talk about one later as Quake Champions, and then I was kind of thinking the other one is maybe Wolfenstein. But unless they're doing an off-year type of Fallout with a different studio, like they did last time, where they did New Vegas with a different studio,
right?
Then yeah, they could maybe do that a little bit quicker than having to wait for another Fallout. But I think it's maybe a new Wolfenstein as long as well as Quake Champions. Although that would be a little weird for ids to do back-to-back shooters like that quick. So I'm looking forward to Quake Champions. We'll be getting to that in a minute. Out of E3, what do you think about this? Are you a Skyrim fan or Elder Scrolls fan, Tyler? You pumped for this?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like every PC gamer on Earth has played one of them. Yeah, definitely.
See, I haven't liked previous Elder Scrolls games. I found them a little bit dull, but I felt that with Fallout games too. But Fallout 4 I really liked. I liked what they did with the narrative and the way the character interactions go. Yeah. So if they do that with Elder Scrolls 6, I'll be all over it.
Yeah, well, see, Fallout 4, I don't know. And then I walked in the environment, and I loved it. Like, I love playing Fallout 4.
Fallout 4 is fantastic. Did you guys play the new DLC, I'm assuming? Yes, no?
Yeah, well, no? I've got to see. This is that magic thing, that thing called time,
Oh,
these
yeah.
days I'll get more of it.
I haven't played the DLCs yet because I haven't finished the main story yet.
Oh, it's really good.
I got up to the Institute. I went to the Institute and found my son and all that. Spoiler alert. And yeah, and then I was like, oh, okay. I kind of lost interest in playing from there once I found him. I was just like, that was kind of my big question there.
Well, yeah, now that's been going. I mean,
I know there's more to it after that. I know there's quite a bit to the story after that. And it's like, but yeah, I met my son, and then I killed him and everyone at the Institute, and I just called that GG.
Jesus, you're not supposed to
I shot him in the face before he even said a word.
You're not supposed to do that.
That's what I did. They introduced me to him, and I was like, oh, this motherfucker. Shotgun. I loaded up VATS, and I pumped my shotgun into his face.
Oh my god!
Like, there you go.
I wonder what the story. Dude, you need him for the rest of the story.
I fought my way out of the Institute, pressed F5, and turned the game off, and I haven't watched it since.
That's so funny, dude. No, I thought about doing that, but yeah, no, I didn't have the balls to do that. That's really funny.
No, it's fun, dude. Like, I'm telling you, when you do it, the whole Institute comes out. You gotta fight all of them. I killed the whole Brotherhood because they were a bunch of pansies.
Yeah.
And I killed the Institute because they were Nazis, basically. In my opinion. They're like these. I was like, these guys are like the Ubermensch over here, like trying to take over the world. We need to take down the Institute. All right, a little bit more. We've got a bunch more E3 stuff to come up. Gears of War 4 going to have unlocked frame rate on Windows 10 even during crossplay. That was kind of the one of the big things during the Xbox press conferences. They're really like blurring the lines between consoles and PCs now, where like every single Xbox exclusive is now going to be on Windows 10 with like crossplay, between the different platforms. And they're talking here about having an uncapped frame rate on the PC, so even when you're playing with people on console uncapped FPS all day, at least for like single player and co-op horde mode. I don't think they've commented anything yet on multiplayer actually being able to play with each other. They've just said, so far they've said co-op and single player cross-play for Gears 4.
That wouldn't be fair if there was PC would wreck.
Actually, I haven't checked this at all, but one of my friends said to me that there was going to possibly be a dedicated playlist for it. But like I said, I have not fact checked that at all. It's just like someone said that like in a gaming channel, so I take that for what that is. It's like some guy on TeamSpeak said it. That's basically what you need to know. There's Tyler's train. Either that or it's time for dinner.
No, it's I live next to a train station. It's really annoying.
Yeah, I know. I slept there.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
I should say I tried to sleep there.
Are you? Does the train still wake you up, or are you used to it?
No, I'm getting used to it, but it's every train's different. Like every train operator's different. Sometimes they'll just do like a honk, like a 2 a.m, right? You just do like one, like you have to honk legally or whatever. And then there's some assholes at 4 a.m. that will literally hold on to the horn for like 15 seconds. I just want to put some TNT on the train tracks, and
they would get a kick out of that. Eh? It's like
you know that the guy's laughing his ass off. He's like, oh, these assholes.
Oh, my eyes are My eyes just started tearing up all of a sudden. It's like burning from looking at the screens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure people are looking at me like, why is Joker crying? I'm not crying. My eyes just started like burning from looking at my monitors.
You're crying because you killed your son.
Kill yourself. Oh, there we go. I think that's better now. Yeah, they're just burning up a bit. Oh, yeah. So next up after this, though, at that press conference, Microsoft showed off Project Scorpio. So they're going to be coming out with their Slim and their Scorpio consoles, but the Scorpio one seemed to be the more interesting of the two. The beast with 8 cores, 6 teraflops of performance. We don't have the exact specs of like the GPU and stuff yet, but we know it's going to be an 8-core, but we don't know if it's going to be a Jaguar, the same ones as before, possibly just amped up a bit, or if maybe they're going to jump up to Zen. What do you think? Do you think they're going to stick with Jaguar? Do you think maybe they'll go even Zen on these things?
Well, if they're smart, I was going to say, if they're smart, did they not? I mean, they're already basically saying the Xbox One is out of date. Yeah. Which everyone knew that since they launched the thing.
Yeah, they launched it out. Like when they launched it was out of date.
Yeah.
God, my eyes.
Okay, Joker's having some eye problems.
Yeah, my eyes are just like burning from looking at the screens. It'll pass in a second. You guys can just keep talking about Xbox. I'm here.
Turn your brightness down, man, or put on Flux or something. And just like crank it.
No, I'll be alright. I'm good.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. Yep, okay. Yeah. So sorry, Tyler. You keep going.
No, it's okay. Yeah. So it looks like so I do have an Xbox One, and I have it just for racing games.
Have you updated it yet?
Yeah. So when he was, every time I turned the damn thing on, there's like a half an hour I gotta sit there and wait for it to update. It's so annoying. But it seems like Xbox or Microsoft is putting all of their stuff onto PC. Like I know they have a demo for Forza, whatever the new, I think Forza something. I don't know. I have it on my PC here, and it looks phenomenal. And I throw my controller on here, and I mean, if they keep doing that, I'm just gonna sell my One. There's no point in having it. I mean, I just have it for exclusives and racing games. So, but if they keep doing this stuff, and yeah, screw it. I'm getting rid of that. And then at E3, all these exclusive games I'm looking at from PlayStation, I might just swap out the Xbox One for his PlayStation.
Oh, you're gonna change? You can swap? You're gonna do a switcheroonie?
Yeah, well, I had a PS4 and then I got rid of it because nothing came out for it. I mean, for the past like 2 years.
Mine's been collecting dust. Yeah, mine's been sitting there.
There's nothing out.
Dust and
there's nothing out for it, so I got rid of it.
My brother was like, Destiny. You got to get on Destiny. I played a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, it's not my
it needs to be a PC. Destiny would be fantastic if it was a PC game. I cannot stand it on my controller.
Yeah, me too. I was like, yeah, meh.
But all Gears of War, or not Gears of War, I keep saying that. God of War, and what's the other one there, Joker? That I kept getting messed up there.
You mean the zombie one or the other one?
What's the zombie one?
State of Decay 2?
The other one.
It's the other one. Oh, God, I'll have to look at our chat on Skype. I don't know.
Yeah, I was just going to go look.
It was Come Away or something like that? Or Come Home? I don't know. It was the one it looked like World War Z, basically, where the zombies are running at you.
Where is it?
I don't want to bring up our chat history because then the chat will see all of our chat history.
No, I've got it right now. What is the name of the thing? Anyways, that game. Let's see. What is the name of the damn game?
Where are we going with this?
It's a zombie.
Anyway,
It's a zombie game. There was a zombie game at E3, and Tyler likes it. Okay.
Yeah, I like that game, and that's on PS4, and so is God of War. So no, that's what I think I might do. Is I might switch over from Xbox One to PS4.
The God of War, I thought looked really cool, but it did not look like a God of War game at all, man. It was almost like a Dark Souls type game. They totally went in a different direction, but I thought it looked awesome. It didn't look like a God of War game though.
Well,
Days Gone, that's it. Days Gone. Everyone said. Yeah, Days Gone.
And so yeah, that I played every single Gears of War, or I keep saying that God of War game, since the first one came out. So I'm stuck in the storyline there. So I got to play that. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna swap over.
Yeah, and play God of War. I just played God of War 3 Remastered before I offed my PS4. The PS4 that I got back from my brother, I was like, oh, I'm gonna keep it, and then I played God of War and I beat that. I'm just like, man, sell it. It's like Neo come out. I don't want this thing anymore.
I'm waiting for 7 remake before I think about hopping mine off.
FF7.
You guys say read the chat, but you have to remember that we're like 30 seconds behind from you. So
I'm reading the chat.
I know. I was just saying they're yelling at us to read the chat. We are.
Yeah. Days Gone.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, we did read the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we read the chat.
Well, there's so many Days Gone comments. Yeah.
Just to I was like, no, I read it. No, I read it right away.
Yeah, they're yelling at us here, and like it takes a second for it to go through.
Yeah. There was one more topic here on the Xbox One, because this really took me off guard, man. I couldn't believe this. I was like, under the expectation that, with this new hardware they're throwing on the Xbox One, that I was like, okay, so these, people are going to be able to put the new Xbox One, and then all of these games that run at like 900p 30 FPS, they'll now be playing at 1080 60 FPS. It's like, no. That's probably not going to happen. At least if it has, they haven't said it exactly yet. They were asked about it. They said, we asked what happens when Xbox One games, they said, no, there wouldn't be a frame rate difference because typically the frame rate is determined by the game developer and what's right for the gameplay mechanic, Loftus said. You don't necessarily want to create 2 different mechanics for 2 different configurations. So all he said there is that it also sounds like at the same time he's saying that the game developer would be left to decide that. Like if the game developer wanted to put 60 FPS on one of the consoles, and they could, maybe. But I don't know how that would work with physical copies and updates. It seems like it's going to be a bit of a mess. And what the hell is the point of going out and buying a more powerful Xbox One if it's going to run the games at the same exact frame rate?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, basically what they're trying to say is, look, the developers are most likely going to go with one configuration because that's what makes the money. And, that's what you can expect from that.
Well, yeah, but they're going to try to go out. Yeah, but they also are going to be, it's going to be fully backwards compatible. So there's people on all the games that work on Xbox One are always going to work on Xbox Scorpio. So, what is going to be the real big benefit there? Just getting, 4K video and like HDCP 2.2 compatibility for 4K streaming, that kind of stuff. But what about for the actual gameplay though? How's it actually going to affect our gameplay? That's what I want to know. Like, are they going to get? I mean, because I can't imagine these games are going to run at 4K 30 FPS, maybe.
No.
No.
Don't kid yourself.
I mean, if they get a bump up in resolution at least, but a lot of the games are already running at 1080p. So if that's all they're going to get is a bump to 1080p, then I think that they're kind of missing the point there. I think more people want the 60 FPS personally.
Yeah.
That would be more like if I'm already gaming at 900p or whatever their wonky resolutions are that they come up with in the Xbox One, I was like, I just want 60 FPS. It's like, yeah, 1080p is better than 900, but on a gigantic TV, you really can't see that too much. I'd rather have the 60 FPS person. That's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, they are putting a decent amount of, like, rumors are they're going to put a decent amount of power through this thing with, with the console optimization as well. It could be pretty good.
They didn't put a price out yet, right? I'm assuming.
I didn't see a price on it. But
Scorpio.
There's one thing for sure though, is that this console will definitely have the best quality pixels.
Oh, for sure. But with this,
did you catch the joke there?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. It seemed like you were just agreeing with you, like I meant that.
No, it's just that, and what's going to be in store for Sony then? Because if one does something, one does the other.
Oh yeah,
So-
they were already talking about the PlayStation Neo, so we'll just have to wait and see on that. I was actually really surprised that Sony didn't come right back with like a counter to this and say, "Oh God, we got to get out PlayStation Neo right now." It didn't seem like they cared about that at all. It's like nothing PlayStation did was reactive in any way to what Microsoft did. It was like they had a game plan, they went out there and they did it, and they just showed a ton of games.
Well, if Sony just one-ups a Microsoft again, then that's going to be sad for Microsoft. I mean, they really did a one-up on them on the PS4, like the PS4 of the Xbox One. That was huge. It was just like, everyone I know didn't get an Xbox One, but everyone I knew got a PS4, because it was, like, there was into console gaming, because it was just, it just had that much better specs, like, comparatively. So it was like, whoa. Okay.
And the marketing around the PS4 was a lot better. Microsoft messed up a lot and when they're announcing everything. They just
they messed up this whole console like pretty much, like, I think, and this is kind of like them trying to fix that, I feel. And it doesn't feel like I don't think it's going to be enough personally, because I mean they're at the same time they're announcing this new hardware. They're also, announcing this, the crossplay and stuff like that, which kind of eliminates the need for a console in a lot of situations, apart from people that just really want the convenience aspect. If you've already got a PC at this point and an Xbox One, if you were owning your Xbox One for exclusives, you're probably thinking, why do I have an Xbox One anymore? Unless you really just want to play with your friends. There are some people who do that. Like, I got it because I want to play multiplayer with my friends. It's like, okay.
I don't have any friends, so.
All my friends are on PC. all my friends are on PC.
Yeah. I can be your friend.
There you go. Actually, there was. I actually was kind of disappointed with E3 in general this year. There wasn't really a lot of games that really stood out to me. I was like, wow, I really need that. But one actually, this was kind of my favorite thing that I saw from E3 actually, which people are gonna be like, that was your favorite E3 from E3? I was like, yes, Gwent. The card game Gwent from Witcher 3 getting its own standalone release is awesome. I loved Gwent in the main campaign of Witcher 3. I just wanted more of it. But like once I got all the cards and everything, there was no reason to keep really playing it. So having something like this where it's going to be free to play. They have a beta sign up now, and it's going to be like in September. The beta is going to be launching, and you'll be able to play against other people. It's kind of like Hearthstone, but it's a different game.
Hearthstone, yeah.
I think it looks all. I'm really looking forward to this.
That's what I was going to say. Like, it looks exactly like, well, not exactly, but kind of very similar.
It's the game. The gameplay is different, but like the menus and stuff set up is very like Hearthstone that they made for this. It wasn't like that really in the game, but it looks like this standalone version is made to look a little bit more like Hearthstone, which I'm fine with, because when I played the game in the single player, I was just like, man, they need to just make a Hearthstone of this. And they've done it, so I'm happy. And it's got a single player also. It's gonna have a full single player where you'll go down kind of top down, and then when you get into your battles, the battles will be played out via the card game. So I thought that was pretty cool, and it's free. It's all gonna be free.
I like free. Well, no, it's not
good.
free because you have to buy packs, and that's not free.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'll just be taking people's packs. I won't have to buy any. I'll just win all your packs off of you.
You're just gonna be a hustler. Are you gonna play for keeps?
There you go.
What was those things when you were a kid? You used to these little things you played for keeps, slammers or something, tacos or whatever.
Oh, that's an Australian
like
thing. We didn't have that.
Oh, okay.
When
You grab this little like plastic circle thing and you slam it on these circle cards, and whoever like flips them over or something was winning.
Yeah, we didn't have that.
I don't know. It lasted like it was like a craze that lasted like a day.
Oh, really? No,
Yeah.
we had Pokemon and Yugi Man. That was my
Right.
thing when I was a kid.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, it's Yugi Man.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Then there was a yo-yo craze. I wonder if a yo-yo craze.
Yeah.
is
Oh
still
yes,
recently.
yes. When I was a kid, we had a
Yeah.
yo-yo craze. We had the
Yep.
Pog craze,
Yeah.
and like what was the other ones? I remember yo-yo specifically though. I remember
Yeah.
I had a Fireball Yomega, and I was just like, yeah, boy.
That was me too.
What about
like,
those things you stick to the? It was around you. You wore it around your finger and you stuck it to the wall and it stuck and you threw it back. Do you guys have that, or is that just a weird area around me?
That was, but that was like not a craze so
Yeah.
much. Like people would be like, try someone else's and be like, eh. Like, well, I'm not getting one of these. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, like the yo-yos, it was like fireballs. I remember at my primary
Yep.
school, just had these fireballs and they were everywhere. Like,
Yeah,
man, I could rock the cradle, bro.
I remember I had the Fireball Yomega. I remember I had the Fireball Yomega that was like $25. That was like one of the best ones. But then there was the Raider that was like $50 and had like a steel ball bearing, and like one kid in school had it, and it was just like I hated that kid.
He was the coolest kid in the class.
He was the
right?
coolest kid in the class, and like my parents were like, "We're not buying that. We're not spending $50 on a yo-yo for that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous."
You hated your parents, and you look back at it. It's
It's
like,
like,
yeah,
Mom, you don't get it. I'm not gonna get it, pussy.
yeah, yeah.
How do you expect me to drop the panties without the yo-yo?
In second grade.
This is like 7th grade.
Oh.
It's like, yeah, we had the yo-yo craze came in like 7th or 8th grade around there.
Yeah, it was around then. Yeah, it was huge. Eh?
Gotta get that you gotta get the Yomega Poontang, man. That's
Like,
the
I
good.
wonder,
That's
that's what I
that good.
wanted,
That's that good kind of strange.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh man, so we got all right. Back on topic though.
Yeah.
Tekken 7 is also coming to PC. They showed off some gameplay of that at E3. I thought that was pretty cool. We're just kind of firing through some games here, kind of winding down the show here. So if you guys want to start getting, your
I gotta
questions
say, it
ready and
kind of
stuff.
looks like the same thing. Like
It does. I was never a big Tekken fan, but I know a lot of people were excited about this game, so I wanted to show it.
it does have Akuma though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm more of a Mortal Kombat guy personally, or Virtua Fighter.
I'm Marvel vs. Capcom. Man. Like,
Oh
that's-
yes, actually, yeah.
that's like-
I kind of put Marvel vs. Capcom under the same banner as Street Fighter, but yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom is definitely better than Street Fighter.
it's like
What
the
about you,
best.
Tyler? Fighting games.
I do not.
You don't have any favorite fighting game?
I never really got into fighting games when I was a kid.
Oh man, Street Fighter 2 in the arcade, and then Marvel vs. Capcom 2 in the arcade. That was it for me. Both of those. Yeah, but this looks cool. It's already up on Steam. It's coming out early in 2017, so I'm sure Tekken fans are going to be pumped for this. We also got Deus Ex: Mankind Divided gameplay. We showed some gameplay last week from console. This is from PC though, and I thought what we got to see here on this demo looked a little bit more promising than what I had seen last time. I still think some of the combat looks a bit stiff, but it's almost the same as Human Revolution. I just kind of would have expected them to advance it a touch, but it still looks good,
it
and
looks
the
good,
graphics
yeah.
are amazing.
Yeah, so it looks good. I mean, what I saw sort of the last time was not much, but this is a little bit more, and you're kind of like, okay, so they got like really open fields now. The story looks pretty good. You got to, I don't know, looking forward to this. Hey,
Yeah, some of the textures here look not great though. I thought the lighting and stuff, like when he was flying in, looked good, but like these parts here where he's ducking around these boxes, man, some of these graphics don't look very good at all. Some
well, it
of them.
depends. I'd like to have 4K. Like I'm the 4K
Oh, yeah.
monitor. Yeah, give me the 4K monitor and the YouTube video, and then I put it up on a 4K and have a look.
Yeah, guys, I want to see the final version of this, and I want to play it in 4K, and hopefully it'll be good because I really enjoyed Human Revolution. I just don't think we're seeing enough in this gameplay here to make a judgment call yet, because it's just kind of like one closed area of combat, and for me, Deus Ex has always been more so about the kind of open world explorative nature, and then finding the ways you want to attack the different areas and stuff. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
See, I hope it's a little bit better than what we've seen in these gameplay videos so far. The last game we have here is Quake Champions. This one kind of took me by surprise, actually, dude. I was like, but it's awesome though. It's like id Software. You know, they worked on the Doom game recently, which is amazing. And unfortunately, they didn't do the multiplayer there. Certain Affinity handled the multiplayer. So seeing those guys, with Bethesda getting behind a full shooter, then I'm going to be all for this, man. So let's, strafe and rocket jump and
Well, that's what I
do
mean.
all that
Quake
stuff.
has been about multiplier traditionally. Like, I mean, Quake's
That is what it is, man.
you know,
It's multiplayer.
Quake's multiplayer has always been a massive part of that game. I mean, so as opposed to Doom, I'd say the single player was it for me with Doom. You know what I mean? Always
Yeah.
has been. So with
Quake was the
Doom,
multiplayer.
yeah, that's what I mean. Doom really hit it. Like I'm playing through it now. Like I'm really starting to enjoy it, and the single player is awesome. But with Quake, it's going to be eyes on the multiplayer. That's going to be a huge aspect of this game, and it looks like they'll hit a home run. So
I hope so. They did talk about it's going to have classes, which I'm not too keen about.
yeah, you're like Call of Duty all over again.
Well, they did loadouts in Doom. I didn't really care for that in there. I just want weapon pickups. Now they're talking about classes. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, it depends how they do it and whatnot. But yeah, classes is kind of like if they do that, I'd like to see them just have different modes, like just straight up everyone's equal, no class mode, and then class mode or whatever, and let people choose what they want to play. Don't sort of detract around away from the main Quake formula. So that's what I think that. Because I know a lot of people follow this game religiously. Like they still play
Yeah, and we'll have to see what they mean by classes. You know, do they mean like is there going to be like an assault class, an engineer class, or are they going to do like an Overwatch where they're going to be different characters and stuff?
Yeah, exactly right. So what are they going to do with this game?
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see more of it though. The gameplay we got to see a little bit of looked good. I don't want to show any of it because it's Bethesda and they can be kind of wonky with copyright stuff. And this is a trailer, so it's not raw gameplay, and I don't want to get in trouble. So yeah, we're cutting that. We're going to cut that out. It's gonna be the last topic for today. But we got any questions here? Any questions coming in chat?
Yeah, so all right, guys, start firing the questions, and we will answer that. And question: the Mobo with embedded full GTX 1080. Will it kill consoles or be used in newest consoles?
Well, that was a 1070. That was a 1070, the one that we had saw. Not
a you're gonna see that in a console? Ugh, that'd be expensive as expensive AF if they put embedding a 1070 in there. Like, yep. But honestly, though, if they could embed a 1070, then in a console, then that you might realistically get that 4K that they were touting. Because a 1070 on a console optimized game could do 4K with the settings, not too jacked up.
Yep.
So that's I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what they're doing with this stuff. But yeah, again, that'd raise the costs sky high, man. Who's going to buy like an $800 console?
Totally.
So
no one.
I was a couple weeks ago, if you remember, I was talking about doing the clean AF builds. You remember that, Brian?
Yeah, the clean AF, yeah.
Yeah, we got some clean AF build submissions here this week. We need to figure out a system for this to kind of get this to be a better system because Twitter kind of deletes these things after like a period of time. And I don't know if we didn't say anything really about it too much last week. So I think I'm going to set up like a dedicated email or something for people to submit them. Because it seems like the Twitter thing with the tagging is not the most foolproof method because they go away. So we'll have to do something maybe with an email. But I think for the next week at least, I will keep a track on it if you do it on the Tech Gaming Weekly Twitter because they'll stay around a lot longer on that because it doesn't get anywhere near as many tweets. Yeah. So if you tag us on Twitter at TEK Gaming Weekly, like I'm putting in chat right now on Twitter, and then do hashtag clean AF builds with an S, then we'll take a submission for next week, just like I put in chat right there. This one was from Bruce Rustin, though, man. Absolutely beast build that I have up here. I'll link it to you guys so you can actually see it.
Joker, there was way in the beginning of the stream here, some guy asked you what toaster or not toaster, what microwave do you recommend?
A Gold Star.
Gold Star? Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot the guy's name. I was going to ask you in the beginning, but we kept talking, so I just waited till the end.
Yeah, that is a clean Bruce Rustin. That's a clean ass build.
Yeah, man. I like the Fallout guy in there. I like the different color fans. I think it's got nice contrast there, and it's just clean, man. The only
sorry.
I didn't want to ever make this thing where we like judge builds or whatever, but I'm sure he already knows the only thing I would change on that is the Crucial SSD. I would either paint it or flip it or something. I should talk because I've got mine that doesn't look great in my build but I'm gonna be fixing it though. I'm planning to paint that SSD. That's why it stands out to me because I am gonna paint my SSD all black so that it looks good in the window there.
Yeah, that SSD becoming a black drive would complete that build.
Yeah, but I don't want to ever make the cleanest F builds about judging people's builds and telling them what they need to do to fix them.
Yeah. You got asked the 1080 Ti, what are your thoughts on there being one? I mean, there's definitely going to be like a 1080 Ti variant. It just depends on when, I guess. So, and I'm thinking either right at the end of the year or early next year. That's what I think. So,
I got two questions. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. And then they got asked, what are some of the builds I'm working on? I'm going to be doing that 780 build, GTX 780 with a 6-core. That'll be like a mid-range sort of used gaming PC, and that should be a beast, And then I got asked if am I doing an X58 overclocking guide, and yeah, I will be. I just got to get a lot of stuff back on track, My roller coaster has come to a stop at the moment, so I just got to get things fixed up, and the Brian coaster will be back on track again. Don't worry.
get the tracks repaired.
That's it. So that's happened. Just took a huge blow, man. That's all. So. Lately,
he'll be okay.
It's a bit too personal to go into on the show, but yeah. Anyway.
So I got two questions. One really quick. Some guy asked, how do the mods improve the sound quality on the T50RPs? Without going into some incredibly boring detail, they just do. So it just works.
Well, they changed the sound signature, right? I mean,
Right,
if you
right.
think about it, of like just like open back, close back headphones change the sound signature. So if you're taking a void space in there and you're adding more material to it, it's going to change how it sounds in there.
Right. The materials we use specifically do different things. Like, X material will make the mids go up or down. Y material will make the bass go up or down. And it's just a combination of everything. Just trial and error. Seeing what sounds good or not. And then, pad type. The pads, actually, you have no idea how much the pads.
Yeah, the depth on the pads specifically on those, because those have much deeper drivers than other ones.
Yeah, so you got to be, even the pads come into effect. So yeah, it's just a combination of all that stuff. And another guy asked for 100 quid, or not 100 quid, 100 euro. What sound card do you get? He needs 5.1. Don't. I hate sound cards and I do not recommend them. You can YouTube search why I hate sound cards. Your motherboard will be just fine. As long as it has 5.1, you'll have absolutely zero quality increase going to a sound card. Speakers aren't like headphones where you'll get a noticeable upgrade with a better sound card. The speakers generally, you'll get better sound out of speakers by getting either better speakers or making your room better for sound. A sound card is going to do crap. It's just a waste of money. So just use your motherboard. Don't get a sound card for speakers. It's kind of useless. It doesn't do anything.
If they're already amped, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if the speakers, obviously, if they're already powered, I don't think there's a sound card that'll drive raw speakers. I don't think that exists.
Oh, like I just know from experience, like something like a Titanium HD has a huge output signal, and that thing can just freaking a huge output signal there on the.
It's not enough to drive speakers, though. If they're not powered, if they're just passive speakers, it's not enough to drive them.
Oh no, but it'll jack your amp up like to the point where it'll just blow the sound up really loud. So I mean, I don't know. It can have its purposes if you. I don't know. Was it the output signal, the voltage RMS or whatever?
Voltage. Yep.
Yeah. And so the sound cards don't give out as much as a
sound cards are just meant for headphones. They don't have headphones or powered speakers. They don't have enough. You need watts for passive speakers. Sound cards don't put out watts. They put out, like I said, for headphones and powered speakers.
Okay, we got asked here, do you think Australian retailers will lower the ridiculous GTX 10XX series prices anytime soon? 1200 AUD. It's also, again, supply and demand. At the moment, the GTX 1080 supply is pretty tight. That's why they did the Founders Edition as well. That's why I believe they did the Founders Edition, because they were like, look, we're going to have limited quantities of this. Let's get as much as we can for them. So the prices will come down, definitely. I'd say 3 months from now, you can expect it at a reasonably lower price than 1200 AUD, possibly 1000 AUD. So, and also it depends on the exchange rate, big time. So, yeah.
Someone wants to know if I'm a baller. Yes.
No, he's not. He's not a baller.
Yeah.
Don't lie to him.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, I think you're a baller. I don't know.
How would a FinFET Titan be like?
FinFET? I mean, that's what's coming out, with the 1080 Ti kind of thing, the new Titan.
Well, it would be, yeah. I don't know. We'll have to just wait and see on that one.
Yeah.
It'll be fast.
Yeah, it will be fast. Be fast and nasty.
Looking for topics, questions maybe we might have missed. Someone asked what a slunt is. It's a slut cunt.
Oh.
No real big mystery.
Oh. So harsh. So harsh, man.
Hey, it's designed to be less abrasive than those words. Those words sound. See, when I said those words, you felt that, right? When I said those, when I said those words individually, they were like daggers. They were like, "Whoo!" I felt that. But slunt, I could say slunt in church. Slunt is fine.
Yeah,
it does.
Those other words, you can't say those other words, man. That's no good.
It kind of sounds pretty bad still.
It doesn't sound that.
Just putting that out there. I like as soon as I heard it, I knew exactly what it meant. Just
not everyone does.
I didn't even know what that is.
I knew what it meant straight away.
No, man. Actually, no, I'm lying. It means SLI grunt. That's what it means. Well, it's from Battlefield, man. It's people that have SLI and they play Battlefield. They're called SLI grunts, so it's a slunt.
Okay. All right. So what are we doing? We're going on to Thrones talk.
Oh no, are we gonna do Thrones talk with Tyler here? Tyler, do you Thrones?
Negative.
You don't Thrones, so we're gonna have to Thrones without. Is it okay if we Thrones with you here?
Yeah, I'll sit here and look like an idiot for 10 minutes or whatever.
Well, it's only gonna be. We only do Thrones talk for like 2-3 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
So yeah,
I'll sit here and look pretty.
Yeah, and you had one more thing you wanted to say, right? We'll do that after. Let's do it now. Well, okay, let's do that now because people are going to leave when we do Thrones talk. So,
okay.
Tyler was going to show one more thing before we do Thrones talk.
So I'm really embarrassed. I actually forgot I don't have a prototype here. So for anyone, and I'm not really supposed to do this, but I'm going to anyway because it's a small audience and probably not a lot of people will see this.
What are you trying to say? We have a small audience?
Well.
I mean, if you want to show it to them, I have it here. I could show it to them.
You have it? Oh, you have the picture?
Videos.
You have a picture?
I have a picture of the headphones.
No, not the headphones.
I could show a screen grab of the
amp.
Yeah, I could show a screen grab of it.
Yeah, do that. So we are working on something that I think is really important. There's nothing like this in the market, really. And we're really excited. We're getting really close to launching it pretty soon. I'm scared to see how much detail we're going into.
There it is.
So,
I've got it up on the screen now here from top down.
So let's just say we're coming out with something soon. Everything you guys have ever asked for us to throw on in 02, we're going to. So I'll just quickly, it's going to have microphone inputs, it's going to have optical, and it's going to run off DC power, and it's going to be less than the ODAC, and it's still be made in the USA. That's all I can say for right now.
Yeah, so it's basically, if you guys have seen like my review that I did on their DAC amp, which is like like one of the cleanest sounding ones you can get. This is kind of like that, but it's got a microphone in, and it's geared more towards gamers and stuff. You're gonna have different like other. Well, what is it? Or did you say what the button was on the left?
Not yet.
Okay, so it's got a microphone in, and it's got a button. It does
it's got
things.
A rocket launch. Yeah,
it's a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Brian, you weren't supposed to say anything.
You're fired.
My bad.
It's thrusters. It's the thrusters.
My bad.
So yeah, it's
not finished yet. Also, by the way, that picture,
No.
that front. This was like a prototype that I had to
It's-
test. That it's going to be in a video you guys will be seeing pretty soon.
Yeah, this is
but that front panel is not finished. That was just a temporary thing.
Joker was actually the first person on Earth to listen to this prototype. He listened to it before me.
I did.
and your comments. And I'm not paying. I don't pay anyone to say anything. But what did you say, Joker? Did it sound better or worse than the ODAC?
I thought it sounded better right away, especially on the Fostex.
Yeah. So I'm really
really excited. I immediately tried the Fostex right away. I had plugged them into my the current DAC, and it was like, yeah, these they sound good. And then we put them on the other one. I was just like, man, these sound like this is like night and day, because it felt like even like it wasn't struggling to drive them, like I said, on my regular DAC. It just, I don't know, it didn't feel as full as the other one. It just sounded better. It's just like such a slight difference, but I could hear it.
So it's that good, eh?
Okay. It's definitely good on the Mark IIIs, man. Those Mark IIIs are nice.
We've been working. You have no idea how hard we've been working on this thing, and it's been a long time. We started this back in 2015, and we put a lot of time into this thing, and it's all for you guys. And it's going to change a lot of stuff in the market because there's, like I said, it's going to put a lot of products. It's going to make a lot of them inferior. It's very exciting. You guys both know what I already told those guys, so they know everything. But it's still not done yet, so I'm scared to say how much. I'm scared to say too much, but it's going to be good.
Yeah. All right. So there you go. There's the DAC thing. I'm looking forward to it because I've been using your DAC for like over a year now, and yeah, someone said Joker sellout. No, trust me, he's not paying me. I asked.
I haven't. I will never pay anyone anything. So.
Well, you did pay.
You did. Well,
he did pay me to make a promotional video for his company, but that was completely different.
That has nothing to do with it.
That has nothing to do with reviews or anything like that. That was like a video for his company to put on a website.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with
But yeah, other than that though,
just be excited. Keep an eye out. I'll have if trust me, I'm gonna have every tech YouTuber known to mankind. You'll see it. You'll be you can't miss it. Everyone will get a review, and they'll all have unbiased reviews. So keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, it should be good. So yeah, Thrones talk though. We're gonna go into Thrones talk now. So anyone doesn't want to hear Game of Thrones spoilers, you guys can make your way out of the chat. We will see you next week. Thank you for joining us. It looks like most of them already have. We've withered down about 50 viewers. So
yeah.
But thank you, all of our non-Thrones spoiler viewers, if there are any of you. I don't know how many. I'm curious how many people leave a week when we do Thrones talk. Maybe they're just not. Maybe they just don't give a fuck, or maybe they just really want to avoid spoilers. I don't know. But yeah, Thrones talk. So, what did you think of this week's episode, Brian?
I thought it was awesome. Again, like it just keeps getting better. I mean, I loved Arya. She just cut the candle out. And then just own it.
That was bad. That was badass when she just chopped the can. She's like, "Oh, you want to go?
Yeah,
you want to go?
Yeah, let's go into my circumstances now. Yeah.
Let's go. I've been doing Jedi training with blindfolds on. Like, well, I've been actually literally blind.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna do that. But yeah, that was badass, and I was surprised when she went to Jockin, and basically she was like, "Yeah, the girl is Arya Stark of Winterfell." It's like, oh shit, son. So now everyone's going there. I'm wondering if all of the Starks are going to meet up at the same time, because that's what it kind of... Everyone is around the Riverlands right now, and there is like massive beef going down with the Starks and the Boltons, and I think that's going to all come to a head either next week or the following week. And I think everyone's going to kind of come together there, maybe even Arya, if she can get there that quick. But definitely, other characters we're seeing all come together there is awesome. I don't know.
Oh, man, the Hound is funny as, man.
Oh yeah, that was great. I love when he walked up and he was eating and he's like, "I wish you had some chicken." It's like,
I like when they were bargaining over like I want two. Okay.
I could eat every fucking chicken in this place.
He's like, he's like bargaining how many people he can kill. Two, but it's got to be a hanging.
Yeah, that was good. Oh come on, I want to kill three.
I want to make them suffer.
That was good though.
I like seeing the Mountain too. The Mountain just owned that guard. That was funny, man.
I was a very anticlimactic end though for that main knight for the what are they called? The Brotherhood? No, the light
castle.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, they follow like the fire god or whatever. I can't remember what the hell they're called. There's so many people to keep track of, but the Brotherhood is the one that captured them and killed them. I thought that was kind of anticlimactic how the main guy got killed. It seemed like they were going to try to flesh him out a bit and maybe give him a nice battle with the Hound, but we didn't get it, unfortunately. Yeah. So, but that was really it though, man. On Thrones this week, I'm trying to think of what else happened. I don't have any notes here or anything like that, so I don't know if I missed anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that was it. The Arya thing was really cool. Yeah. So looking forward to seeing what she does.
Oh,
and
Khaleesi's back as well. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Khaleesi showed up right at the end when the slavers were showing up there. I had thought at first when I saw the ships that was actually the Greyjoys, but it's like, no, that's the slavers, man. They're coming to get their shit.
That's it.
Khaleesi's gonna wreck them.
That's it.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here though. TGW once again in the books. Thanks for joining us, Tyler.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
it's fun coming on here. Anytime I'll hop on.
Yep. Yeah, and if you guys want to go check out what Tyler does, links down below to mayflowerelectronics.com, and if you buy anything and use my code at checkout, you save money. I don't know how many monies. How many monies did they save?
$10 hairs.
Oh, they save $10 if you use my code Joker at checkout. There you go. Sellout confirmed.
Hashtag sellout.
All right, we will catch you guys next week, same time, same place. TG Dubs. Ta-da!
All right, guys. See ya.